Hello, my name is Asha, and this is Asha Movies, and today me and Kenzie are going to be going over our top 5 horror movies. What's going to happen is I'm going to say my number 5, he's going to say his number 5. There's also some honourable mentions to us to say at the end of the video. Before we get started, I'd like to say don't forget to like, subscribe, turn the notification bell on, and check out the other channel for comic book related content. Also, go and check out one of Kenzie's channel, whichever one he decides to put in the description, because I'm not too sure what's his main focus at the moment. So we're gonna just go through these top 5 now. I'm gonna say mine. Kenzie's gonna say his. So at number 5, I have Scream 2022. This, for some reason, it's the second best in the Scream franchise in my opinion. I know some people would say that the second Scream or even the third Scream are better than that, but I actually really enjoyed this Scream, especially with the entirety of the original 3 coming back in the Scream 5. And such a big gap between films as well, which is what I thought was, interesting, and they managed to play it off, in a good way as well. And obviously we're back in the normal place. It obviously wasn't directed by Wes Craven, which is a bit annoying because I know he would have probably changed a few things, which would have probably brought it up to 5 stars for me. But this was such a crucial part of the Scream franchise as well, especially with one of the main characters actually being killed off in this film. That's why I think it deserves the 4.5 that it got. So Kenny's going to tell you his now.
Alright, so in my number 5, I've got 28 Weeks Later. I like this film. Yep. The reason I liked it, it was just mind-boggling, really. Just from the start, from when they contained the virus to, what was it? Like quarter of the way through when it started spreading again, and then you haven't watched it, have you?
I have actually. I have.
Yeah. And then all the way to the end, it was just mind-boggling. Really, everybody got killed pretty much. So yeah, it was a. I don't really have anything else to say about it. So yeah.
So at number 4, then I have quite a recent watch for me. Believe it was earlier on this year. It was, I think, was it March, February, March time. I watched Get Out, and this is single-handedly one of the best horror movies I've seen in my entire life. It's got such a great cast, and the director, I think John Peel, did such a good job. He's normally played off as like a comedic guy, but then he just manages to bring this film in such a way that the film actually changes like your thought of life in general, to be honest. And obviously there's like a hidden backstory towards this film, and there's a really great cast with Daniel Kaluuya in there as well. And there's a lot of comedic parts in this which I liked very much as well. There's a lot of there's lots of suspense and mystery, and there's like mystery is what really drew me to the film and what made me like it so much. And that twist at the end is what just made it such a good watch for me. If you haven't seen it, I would definitely recommend it. It's a 4.5 star film for me on Letterboxd. I might even push that up to 5 upon a rewatch because it was such a great film, and I really did enjoy Daniel Kaluuya's acting. Yeah, Ken's gonna give you number 4 now.
Okay, so in my number 4, I've got. I don't know if I should swap these two, but it doesn't matter. In my number 4, I've got Halloween 2018. Well, it's Halloween. It's classic. So, and for the original cast to come back, well, the original characters anyway. I don't know if it was the original cast or not. I think it was, wasn't it?
I'm not too sure.
But
and what the main character did come back.
That's what I meant. Like the main protagonist, isn't it?
Mm.
And it's just classic, really. The way that he just disappears around corners and stuff. The stalking, the killing, It's just it's quite funny to watch sometimes, but yeah, it's classic. You gotta love it. I'm giving it an action now.
Okay, so at my number 3 then I have quite a widely known horror film. Maybe some people would argue it's more of a sci-fi than a horror in obviously Alien, but in my opinion it falls under the horror category more than sci-fi. And it's the first film, yeah. The other ones I'm not too sure because I haven't seen them, but I'm pretty sure they fall more under sci-fi than horror. But obviously, this is a wow. It's a great film. I really enjoyed watching this on the first time. I remember watching it on my laptop, and I watched it on Disney Plus. It was single-handedly, again, one of the best horror films I've ever seen. Obviously, that's why it's on this list. But it's the acting in it, the actual twist, where the guy is one of the passengers is a robot. It was so absolutely so cool, and it just the way they managed to make the aliens feel so like almost as they were hunting down the um, the um, the characters on the board of the ship as well. They managed to do such great stuff in just such little time as well, and especially being made in 1979, a time where you had a lot of other films coming out. You know, in the 1970s, early 1980s, you had a lot of more influential films than Alien coming out. But that this film is really what um, drew me to horror. Obviously, the first one on this list is one of the first ever horror films I watched. But this one is one of the films that really drew me towards horror watching more. And yeah, so it's a really great film, and the cast did a great job acting as well. So yeah, I'm gonna hand you over to Kenzie now.
Okay, so I think this next one Asher might have on his list as well. Yeah. It's American Psycho in my number 2. It's oh no, wrong one. Anyways, third one, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's specifically the 2020s one because I haven't watched the other ones because I got bored. But I don't know, it wasn't the best, but I haven't watched many horror films. So I watched this with my cousin and it was like a right laugh, even though it was like serious and all. But I don't know, it's just the fact that, you know, the guy comes back, he's the, killer again. And yeah, it's just like, turn it off. How do I turn it back on?
So yeah, I've actually never watched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it's one of the ones that's been on my watch list for the longest time. So I'm probably gonna have to give that a watch soon. We're actually watching Gremlins after this, and the film we've. Sorry, I just turned my mic off. The film we both never watched, to be honest. And it's been Gremlins has been on my watch list for a while as well, so I thought I'd give that a watch rather sooner than later. And it's supposed to be one of them like quirky type of horror movies. Back to the point then. At number 2, I have American Psycho. For the longest time, for about a year. This was in my top 4 on Letterboxd. Until I changed it with Prisoners quite recently, actually, about a month, maybe 2 months ago. This is such a great film, should I say, because it's one of them films that even upon rewatch, it will still hit the same. And there's great action in it, there's great like story, you can see the psychoticness of the character, and I think Christian Bale really delivers that in such a way that you can see that the characters are in trouble, in there should be fear. There should be fear around it. It's not one of them films that scares me specifically. It's not one of them films that actually I would classify as a horror. It's more of a psychological horror in my opinion. But it is still a really great scare film. If you do want to watch a scare film, I would recommend watching American Psycho. Although there are parts in the film where it can get a bit intense and like more to the adult audience. But this film really delivers in such a way that the character Patrick Bateman, from the acting of Christian Bale, is just amazing. Yeah, I definitely recommend watching that.
Well, you said what I had to say, and I've got American Psycho in my number 2 as well. I don't really have much else to say about it except the fact that, like, it just like sort of highlights, like, just common lifestyle, but like it also like it shows how much it can affect your mentality, I suppose. But yeah, you said everything that I needed to say, so I'm gonna hand back to Asha.
So at number 1 then, there should be no surprise to anybody since it's been on my top 4 since I've had Letterboxd and since I've been a horror movie fan. This is kind of what made me a horror movie fan. I have got Scream. 1. So this is made in 1997 by Wes Craven, starring Neve Campbell, David Arquette, Courtney Cox, and also Drew Barrymore. This is one of them films that upon watch it gets better and better and better. When I first watched it, I understood that why people liked it so much. I understood why it was so popular, and now I understand all of the secret hidden jokes, and then like Stu Morker and the villains in it as well. The ghost faces, the reveal was crazy. First time watching it, and I think Matthew Lillard is one of the best ghost faces in the entire franchise. And I'm gonna be doing a video going over all rating all 7 Scream films, and I'm also going to be going over every single Ghostface ranked on the channel at some point. So if you want to see that, make sure you comment that down in the description, and not in the description, in the comments. Yeah, there's not much I can say about this film, to be honest, because it's such a good film. It's kind of like, it's one of them films you try and get your friends to watch as much as possible. It's one of them films where you want to see your friends watch it. You want to watch it with your friends, and it's such a great film. Yeah.
Alright, so in my number 1, this film has a special place in my heart because first time I watched it, I was with my friend, and it like just blew my mind completely. So basically, it's The Thing. The whole premise of this, like, it's like sci-fi horror, and it's like, for its time, I think it was made in like 1980s or something like that. It's not really CGI, but it was like, I suppose you could count it as CGI. No, not
Special effect.
special effects because it's not computer generated. But it just like blows your mind how they could do this in the 80s and how good the writing and the story was. And like the ending, I'm not going to spoil it because Asher hasn't watched it, but the ending, it's like, it like makes you feel like there's more, but like there isn't at the same time. But it's like such a good film. If you haven't watched it, watch it.
Okay then. Yeah, I still can't believe I've not watched The Thing. I just can't find it on any streaming service really at all, and I can't find it on DVD. So it's one of them things that's been on my watch list for the longest time. I will be watching it soon. Hopefully this year. Maybe I'll do it for Horror Halloween again. Now I'm going to go over my 3 honourable mentions, and I do believe we share one in common, which is A Quiet Place. Yes, this is one of the most intense and satisfying horror films ever. It's a great suspense film, and it's got a great cast. It's directed by John Krasinski, and also one of the actors in the film. And I believe he's one of my favourite actors of all time, not gonna lie. He is such a great director, and the way you see the story, and I can't wait for Quiet Place number 3. And then we've got Halloween 2018, which was on was on Kenzie's top 5, and this is in my special honorable mentions. Again, I watched this during horror Halloween. A lot of these I watched during horror Halloween last year. It was on Netflix at the time, and I do like that they brought back the original characters in what's her name? Oh, I can't remember her name. This is bad.
I don't know her name, but it's like the older person, isn't it?
Yeah. I can't remember her name at the moment, sorry. But yeah. I like that they brought their older characters back, and the story was quite good. As I said, there were parts in it where I was laughing. Yeah, it was a great story and a great film. And then the last one I have is Final Destination, either the original or 1 or 2, because 2 I believe have stronger characters and a stronger premise. Although 1 is the original, so I think I've put that down on my list for the reason that it is the original, so what started the franchise. Again with Final Destination Bloodlines, which I saw recently, just last year, I was disappointed compared to the first 2. The third I did not like that much, but compared to the first 2, Bloodlines could have been a lot better. And yeah, it was we had some great films, but Bloodlines was not one of the great ones from last year.
Okay, so I've only got 2 up here, but I would have put Final Destination in as well if I remembered. But yeah, we share common in that. I also share common in Quiet Place. It's in my honorable mentions as well. Like he said, it was such a good what is it? What would you say?
Suspense.
Like concept.
Yeah.
Such a good concept. Like how the world's like gone into an apocalypse where these like these aliens and they like can only hear, they can't see, and there's only a few ways to kill them really, and it's like just mind-boggling. And then I've got another one in here, which I watched a while ago, which was scary back then, but when I watch it again, it'd probably be just quite cool to watch it. The Ring. It's such a classic. You see this pretty much everywhere on media, and yeah, it's just the way it just plays out, the tape and all that, how it like affects people, how it kills people, and all that, and the person in it. I'm not gonna really spoil much, but yeah, it was such a good film.
So yeah, that is our ranking of our top 5 horror films and the honourable mentions. Before I finish the video then, I'd like to say don't forget to like, subscribe, turn the notification bell on, and check out my other channel for comic book related content. Kenzi's channel and letterbox will be linked in the description of this video. Check out my letterbox because we're very close to 200 followers on there. And I'm going to be doing a full collection tour at the once I've hit 200 subscribers as the special. So if you want to see that, make sure you follow along on the journey on TikTok, and also on YouTube. So subscribe, and yeah, bye bye.